Good morning, everybody. Welcome in to Spirit of Life Alchemy. Today is Saturday, the 13th of August 2022, and this is your morning message tarot reading. Okay, so how did people cope with the full moon yesterday? It was very powerful. I did manage to sit up and watch it out in the garden. It was lovely and quiet and still, and she just looked absolutely amazing. So let me know how the full moon was for you. So today we've got a much quieter day than of late. So the moon's in Pisces all day, and it's just going to form an opposition to Mercury. So there could be struggles and conflict around personal spirituality and connection to source versus the more controlling side of making plans and details and routines. Information could be coming in from the source around sort of health regimes you may need to take on, or your daily routine and daily work. If you're feeling unsure of sort of what way to go, connect in to the Piscean energies, especially because the moon's in there. So that's today's energies, and of course look at where it all falls in your chart to get a much more specific picture of what's happening. Okay, so let's do some cards and see what the cards have to say for today. It's still El Scorpio here in the UK. I've still got my yoga clothes on. It's just too hot to get dressed yet. So what do we need to know for today? Saturday the 13th of August 2022. Messages from Spirit, please, for the collective. What help, advice, support and guidance can Spirit give the collective to help us navigate today's energies for our highest and greatest good? What do we need to know? So at the bottom of the deck, we've got Trust the Niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? Okay, so this could be stuff coming out of the full moon energies, or it could be also could be related to the moon opposite Mercury, but we will still be feeling the energies of the full moon for the next couple of days. So yeah, what's been brought up to the surface from the shadows and the subconscious. And then we've got awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, and integration. Okay. And then unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts and past lives. So this feels like it's been coming up quite a lot just recently. Unsurprisingly, in the process of evolution that we're going through and ascension. So the niggle could be old soul patterns and contracts and things that are coming up, wanting to be released, so that we can do the energetic upgrade and be part of the awakening. In the next stage of the awakening. I say this regularly, that this doesn't all happen. It's not like switching a switch on and either you're asleep or you're awake. It's a gradual process. Personally, mine feels like it's been gradually coming for about 25 years now. Of just clearing old stuff, learning new stuff, raising my energy, raising consciousness, going with the tides and the flows of the planets and things. And obviously, divine timing is a big part of everything. And if it's not time for something to be birthed, then it won't happen. I've got itchy ear. Normally they play with my nose. Today I've got a finger in the ear or something. Thank you. So yeah, it's like a spiral going up, and we do a little bit at a time, because obviously if we went from being fully asleep to being fully awake in the split second, in a moment, it would be so shocking and out of what we could cope with, that sort of, you know, we wouldn't cope very well with it. That didn't make much sense. And still heat, brain melting mode at the moment. So anyway, never mind, stop me mumbling about going on. Yeah, so it's what's coming up to be released. That little niggle doesn't feel right, it feels uncomfortable in the body. Explore it, release it, evolve a little bit more, and that's basically how it goes. And we just keep going on and on and on like that. So anyway, let's see what the cards have to say for today. So I'm using the Thoth deck. Let's see what they want to tell us. So what do we need to know for today, Saturday the 13th of August 2022? Messages from Spirit, please, for the collective. What help, advice, support and guidance can Spirit give us to help us navigate today's energies for our highest and greatest good? What do we need to know? Messages from Spirit, please, for the collective for Saturday the 13th of August 2022. Okay. Itchy nose. Okay, so where we find ourselves, the Prince of Swords or the Knight of Swords, so information coming in quickly, with the Princess of Discs, the Eight of Discs, Prudence, the Six of Cups, Pleasure, the Empress, the Queen of Cups, the Nine of Cups, Happiness, and the Magician. And then at the bottom, Three of Swords, Ten of Swords, oh my God, Five of Discs, and the Lovers. Yay! Okay. So internally, there's a lot of niggling going on. Okay, with what's going on here. But we can come through it. But yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on. So where we find ourselves, we've got the Prince of Swords, information coming in quickly, Heir of Air, mutable air. This is Gemini, ruled by Mercury. So this feels that sort of the influences of Mercury today on us. There could be that information could be about, making plans, getting down with the details. It could be our daily routines, looking at our diet, looking at sort of, our exercise regimes, our work, and what we show up to do on a daily basis. Okay, it could be under question. There could be new information coming in about it. And besides that, we have the Princess of Discs, or the Page of Discs. This is new. We're growing something and creating something new. Okay, if you look at the princess in this card, she's heavily pregnant. What I was talking about, divine timing, this card feels very much about divine timing. We can't rush nature. We can't rush the influences of the planets and things like that. We have to surrender and go with them. Okay, the turning of the tide of nature and the solar cycles, the lunar cycles, the planetary cycles, but something is brewing in the dark. Something new, something in the 3D is brewing in the dark. This is Earth of Earth. So sort of, because of how heavily pregnant the princess is, it's sort of something that's sort of fairly close by. We are in the last quarter of the year, the way I see the year, which is harvest tide. So, you know, we're at those, all the things we've been working on this year, from Samhain last year, first, well, All Hallows Day, the 1st of November. The way sort of the year works for me, and I've been doing this like nearly 30 years now, of following these tides and these patterns and the ebbs and the flows. And this last quarter of the year, from Lammas to Samhain, is my harvest tide. It's like I've spent 9 months of the year working something out, evolving a bit more, you know, whatever level it's on, whether it's physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, or energetically. I've had 9 months of working on something. And then this last quarter is when the new elevation is born, or the new knowing, or whatever it is. Some years it will go right up till the 31st of October, and it's like thinking that sort of nothing is going to happen. It's like, oh well, haven't achieved much this year, and then all of a sudden, the last day of the year, it's like bang, 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 everything comes through. It's like, oh, okay, I really did have to work right up to the last moment. But yeah, it's that energy of divine timing, and waiting for the results of what we've been growing to be birthed. And especially because we've got the Empress here, and we've also at the bottom here got the 8 of Discs, the prudently showing up to do your work every day, your daily routine, what's going on in your life, you know, what do you do in your everyday life, what do you eat, how do you sleep, your patterns of exercise, stress relief, relationships, the work that you do, both internally and externally. Okay, so yeah, we've got the sun in Virgo, okay, which is going into very soon, next week or sometime. Let's just see, when does the sun go into Virgo? It's about the 23rd. It is the 23rd. So yeah, we're getting closer to slipping into Virgo energy, which for me does feel more going into that harvest tide as well. So yeah, the 8 discs, the 8 pentacles, show a foundation of just keep on showing up every day, doing the work. The divine timing, you know, sometimes we want everything to happen all at once, and it can't. We just have to just keep showing up, just keep working, keep on keeping on. And the card above, the 6 of Cups, which is, oh my God, my eyes, the sun in Scorpio. Okay, and this, it's called pleasure. It's like sort of, the gift is from Spirit, is about finding pleasure in all that we do, in the waiting for divine timing, in the showing up and doing the work every day, rather than grumbling about it and wishing it was over, and you know, wondering and worrying about sort of when we're going to get our results. It's about enjoying the journey and having pleasure in your life every day, and really questioning what gives you pleasure. And if things don't give you pleasure, now is the time to sort of cut them free. Trust the niggle if it's not working for you. And just sort of, you know, without being all Pollyanna and everything, but yeah, see the divinity in the challenges and things like that. And then what we're moving towards is the Empress, the Divine Mother. who gives birth to our creativity, and it nurtures and mothers us, and is our connection to the divine feminine and bringing that out within us. I love that we've got these two cards together. Or with the other card that would go nice with this would be the Queen of Pentacles, but she's not out at the moment. She's not out on the table, but the whole reading sort of rings of her energy. So yeah, we're growing something, our creativity, whatever it is we've been working on this last 9 months. The clarifiers, okay, we have the Queen of Cups, water of water, fixed water. So I see the Queen of Cups as quite a scorpionic energy, the seer behind the veil, the delver into the hidden knowledge and things like that. The Queen of Cups is the scryer. She's reflective, and just sort of sees what's going on. She's aware of her emotions, and flows with them. Okay. So just just connecting into your higher self as well, raising that intuitive energy, rather than, I mean, we don't want to turn into emotional quagmires now, do we? Which would be the lower vibration of this energy. So yeah, connecting to your higher self, in being in connection with your intuition, your gut feelings and things, and just tuning in for the hidden messages and things. And then we've got two lovely cards together. We've got the Nine of Cups, the emotional wish card, happiness, with the Magician. Okay, so this is really contemplating what it is that you want to manifest. What do you want to give birth to? How do you want to use your creative energies? And what do you want to create in life that brings you pleasure? If anybody watched my readings yesterday, I was talking about this quite a lot, about sort of how to, one of the questions I'm working on this year, and especially quite recently, is how can I do work that is actually more like play and be rewarded handsomely for it. So I get to have a lovely, thriving lifestyle while doing good for the collective, and also having fun every day, and being in joy and love and gratitude and things like that, doing my daily work. Okay, that could be some of the questions that you're playing with in today's energies. But the emotional wish card, what is what do you wish? What's your desires? And the Magician is about manifesting that down. So we set our intentions, we do ritual or whatever we do to ignite those intentions, and then, like the Magician, we channel down from the divine, from the 5D down into physical reality. So the cards underneath, which is the inner environment and the subconscious, we've got a lot going on. There's a lot of niggles that we need to unbind ourselves from so that we can awaken, basically. So we have the Three of Swords, old heart wounds, old broken hearts, could be from this lifetime, could be pre-birth, could be going back into past lives, or carried through trauma, carried through from ancestors or other timelines. Whatever it is, it's there and it's coming up from the subconscious. The thing with the full moon is it shines, the sun shines the light onto the moon and brings up to consciousness things that we normally don't see because they're in the shadow of the moon. So there's heartache, with the 10, and it's called Sorrow. It is Saturn in Libra. Okay, it feels very weighed down and and it's also, besides just the heartache, it's the emotions and the thoughts with the heartache as well. So it's about how it affects us, you know, full on. And then we have the 10 of Swords, Ruin, which is it the Sun in Gemini? Yes, the Sun in Gemini. So we've come to the end of dealing with this heartache. We're fed up, you know. Stick a fork in me, I'm done, as Gemstone Tarot would say. We can't take any more. We've just, you know, it's gone beyond a niggle. It's 10 swords being stabbed in your back. Okay, so we're wanting to free ourselves from this. And then we have the 5 of Discs, Worry. And I've spoken many times about this card. For me, it can be that constant worrying, thinking, overthinking things, ruminating on all of this. And for me, it's also about how we look externally to feel and heal that heartache, whatever it is. And we can't. We can only feel it ourselves from inside. And I've said this before in sort of this card about looking outside for your abundance and things like that, and only seeing all the things you don't have, all the ways you're wounded, all the things you lack and the lack of abundance and things like that. And for me, the key is to acknowledge that and then turn inwards into our heart and just see that all the abundance that's in there and all the love and the connection. And as you do that, it actually helps to heal those wounds. Okay, and we have the Lovers, the Gemini card. So the Lovers, I see in lots of different ways. It can be the uniting of the divine feminine, divine masculine within us, making us more whole, more balanced. It can be a choice. And with the cards that we've got here, we're being really offered a choice, actually. So we can stay in this internal energy of pain and heartbreak and anxiety and worry and things like that and lack, or we can connect with our intuition, with our higher self. We can go inside, we can look at what it is we want to manifest, and we can work on manifesting that. We can give birth to a new self, we can awaken. Okay, we can release the old and we can awaken. And there may be messages coming through today that help us to know what it is that we need to do that. Okay. Whew. So that's today's reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it resonated for you. If it did, please do like, share and subscribe to the channel. Click on the wiggly bell wherever it is for notifications of when I'm doing readings. If you'd like a personal reading from me, then email me at the email address below this video in the descriptions box. Have a wonderful day, and until tomorrow, thank you for watching. And connect and off.